So, you may have seen recently in the news that irony has been heaped upon irony once again in a great towering knickerbocker glory of goofy meta-politics. I'm referring, of course, to the EU and their recent attempts to crack down on bottled water by, wait for it, banning its producers from labelling their product with any claim that it prevents dehydration. Sounds like a joke, but it's not. It happened last week. As of next month in the UK, if you produce a bottled water label saying can prevent dehydration, you can go to jail for 2 years. Oh! Now, this is both hilarious and insipidly tedious. The idea behind it turns out to be that plain water doesn't promote rehydration, chemically speaking, insofar as, for instance, an isotonic beverage contains water and chemical agents that help the water on its journey, so to speak. It's kind of a technicality, but it's like food. It's a lot like food. If you've got one company producing burgers and labelling them with can help promote nutrition, and another company comes along and just dumps a sack of flour and a beef knuckle and also labels it with can help promote nutrition, it's technically true, but it's misleading the market somewhat. What disturbed me the most about this story is the way that it finds a way, albeit a seemingly justifiable way, to make bottled water look like the good guy. Bottled water is a twat. Let's never forget this, folks. Bottled water is a massive, massive twat. And if you're standing there flapping around being a twat, don't be surprised when some other twat comes along and twats you. I really shouldn't have to explain why bottled water is a twat. Look, in 20 years' time, I swear, people will look back at this generation and go, what the blue bollocks were you playing at, you stupid pompous fops? You had it on tap in your own homes for next to nothing, and yet you bought it in toxic plastic containers at 2,000 times the price from shysters in unregulated factories overseas. That's like paying to use a public toilet because you're worried that your toilet might have a disease. Pay toilets. There's another thing that historians will look back on in bewilderment. Wow, you had to pay to use your own organs. That's dark. No wonder you were all mental. No wonder billions of you perished in World Wars 3, 4, 5, 6.11 and Vista. But that's another thing. Tap water. Tap water is a miracle. It is a miracle. Don't ever say that scientists and scientific people don't believe in miracles. Science creates miracles. You can communicate instantaneously with someone on the far side of the planet. That's a miracle. You can move either along the ground or through the sky at the speed of sound, and you don't get rocked around like you're being digested by a robot. That's a miracle. And one of our earliest, and in my opinion best miracles, is having an endlessly replenishable supply of clean water pumped into every home in the country. But it's still not good enough for some people. Some people will even complain about what kind of tap water you have. They'll visit your house, you know, from another area, and they'll take one sip of the tap water and go, oh, it's hard water. I'm terrible. I'm from a soft water area and I simply can't bear hard water. I'll buy bottled water. What? I'm so sorry about the purification process that you have to endure in this area. Frankly, we were just impressed the way it pumps into the house whenever we want it. And it's not full of 70% piss and 30% smallpox. But you still won't drink it because it's hard. I can make up random names as well. We have strawberry water, you have diabetes water. It's just a dance at this point. Oh, but bottled water has minerals. It's got full of lovely minerals. Then buy minerals. Buy some minerals and add them to your dirt cheap tap water. You should not be paying $1.99 for half a microgram of molybdenum. Yeah, have some seawater. Tons of minerals in it. Oh, well, what about limescale? You can't drink tap water. It's full of limescale. It's rock. It's just dissolved rock. You can eat pork scratchings, and it does you no harm. You can eat a piece of corn, and you do it no harm. This is not a machine that will break down from a few flakes of calcium carbonate. What's that your bones are made of, you douche? you can see how difficult it is to reason with these people, even if you do make them up in your own head. But this is how it is. If you're dumb enough and pretentious enough and rich enough and environmentally callous enough to think that bottled water is a good idea, you've declared yourself beyond coherence. You're such a mad toff that you've no idea what a mad toff you are, and you fall off the top of the mad toff gulf. The only way to get through to you is to tell you that water doesn't rehydrate you. We have to tell you that water isn't wet, just to find something that makes you go, that's ridiculous. Yes, it is ridiculous. Remember that feeling, hold on to it, and remember how you applied it to reality and the breach of this reality that is bottled water. Take another look at it. That's right, it's a twat. It's a massive twat, and anyone who buys it is a mad toff. You are being conned. Your tap water is not poisonous. And if it is, stop showering in poison and eating from dishes that you have soaked in poison. Bye.